Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of Endless Golf. I'm your host, Bobby Vermillion. Today we're back in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida at Eagle Landing Golf Course. In just a moment we'll be joined by General Manager Jim Hahn to show us around this terrific Clyde Johnson design, so stay with us.
Welcome to Endless Golf with Bobby Vermillion. Endless Golf is brought to you by Ocean City Golf Getaway. Book your Ocean City golf trip at oceancitygolf.com. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. With over 40 locations. Meet you at the Turtle. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Good stuff cheap. And by Nations Lending. Home loans made human.
Joining me here at Eagle Landing Golf Course in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida is General Manager Jim Hahn. And Jim, it's great to have you on the show.
Well, thanks. Great to be here.
What a great day to talk about an outstanding golf course, but more importantly, it really is an outstanding community.
Yeah, you know it is. Eagle Landing Golf Course is part of Oakleaf Plantation community. It's a wonderful development, great amenities for the residents to enjoy, including tennis, basketball courts, pool, sauna, health club. So it's a wonderful amenity for the residents and a great golf course for them to enjoy as well.
And we have to say it's open to the public as well. I know
Yes.
you have some members here, but more importantly, the golfers watching in the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, anywhere, can come to Jacksonville and enjoy this golf course.
They sure can. And it's a very affordable golf course, great layout. It's a Clyde Johnson design. We pride ourselves on always keeping the golf course in pretty good shape. And it's a very fair golf course to play. A lot of room.
Well, speaking of a fair golf course, when you tee it up on the par 4 number 1, you can really grip it and rip it there. The fairway very wide. It's a great hole to get your round started.
You know, it's a good starting hole. Number 1, no fairway bunkers at all on the hole. A very large green complex, well bunkered, but plenty of space between the bunkers. So, yeah, it's a good starting hole to get your round off to a good start.
Well, speaking of well bunkered, the par 3 number 2 is not a long par 3, but it is well bunkered.
It is. It's our shortest par 3 on the golf course, but it's an elevated tee. Elevated green, excuse me, so it does require one more club. It usually plays 150 to 160 yards for the average guy. It can reach back to about 175, 180. But again, the key there is to just use one more club because of the elevation.
And Jim, moving to a terrific dogleg right par 4 number 3.
Yeah, number 3. Again, I think the first 3 holes are very playable. Get you off to a good start. Number 3, dogleg right. Not a lot of bunkers to worry about off the tee. A couple bunkers up by the green, but again, very large complexes on this golf course. So hitting your approach shot, you have room to either fly it on or you can even run it up if you need to.
Well, you know what? Number 3 is a dogleg right. Number 4, dogleg par 4 to the left.
It is, and it's a little tougher hole, about 380 yards, 390. Dogleg left. It is key to hit it down that left side if you can. But if you cut it too much or hook it too much, then you've got tree trouble on the left-hand side.
And speaking of trouble on the left-hand side, number 5 has some trouble left by the green as well.
It does. Number 5, our shortest par 5 on the golf course, so it is reachable for a lot of guys, even some of the shorter knockers. No fairway bunkers to worry about. Well bunkered green, but again, it's a hole that you hope you can walk away with a birdie, maybe a par for sure, but hopefully a birdie.
And moving to a very picturesque par 3 on the front, that has to be number 6. Number 6, you do not want to hit it right at that green.
No, you don't. You know, the hole plays about 170, 175 yards from the blue and the whites. It can reach back as long as 200 yards, but you definitely want to stay away from the right-hand side. The entire green's protected by water. One large bunker on the right-hand side, so if you're going to miss anything, it's on the left-hand side of that green.
And then the par 5, number 7. What a risk-reward golf hole that is. Dogleg left, water down the left-hand side.
Yeah, it is. It's a risk-reward, but it's also a 600-yard par 5 if you play it back. But for most guys, it's about a 530-yard hole, and you can carry over some of the lake on the left-hand side. And if you do, you shorten the hole. But again, the approach shot is very fair, very wide. So if you don't make it in 2, you're laying up to a wide corridor and have a third shot of about 100 yards in.
And then number 8, there's no water on 8, but it does play left to right. Just a terrific par 4.
It is a great bunker complex on the fairway on number 8. Well bunkered, elevated bunkers on the right-hand side. You really cannot carry the bunkers, so your play is to the left of those bunkers. And if you do, you're going to have about 140, 150 yards into the green complex.
And then moving to the finishing hole, number 9, plays back to the clubhouse, a hole that does again have some water on there. Keep your T-ball in play on 9.
No question, especially to the left side. Well bunkered, a couple bunkers frame out the hole on the left side, but there's water all along the right side of the fairway, all the way up around the green. So you want to play down the left side on this hole. By doing so, you keep it away from the water, but it does make the hole a little bit longer. But again, a very large complex that you can hit your approach shot in. It's a great finishing hole for the front nine.
Let's take a look at the hole we're going to play first today, the terrific par 5, number 10. A 3-shot golf hole for most golfers. Although if you're a big hitter, you can try to chew some off on that left-hand side and knock it over the trees and maybe get home in 2.
You can. You need to be able to hit it high and a little fade probably to get around there, but it is a way to make the hole a lot shorter and playable. But primarily it's a 3-shot hole. Nice drive, nice little hybrid or a 5-wood to lay up, and you're going to have a sand wedge or a pitching wedge into the green. And it's a great green complex as we're standing here right now looking at the hole. I mean, it's got our waterfall feature in the back. It's got the palm trees. It's got our live oaks on the left-hand side. Just a very beautiful hole.
Well, our goal was to walk off of this green with a birdie. Let's see if we can do it.
Very good. Let's
head
try it.
You got it.
Bobby, this is the 10th hole we talked about. Short hole, about 520 yards from where we're playing it from, but sharp dog leg left.
Yeah, left center's the play. I guess for the big hitters, they can try to take it over that corner, but
they can.
But
we'll try
let's
to
hit it straight.
Most people will play it as a 3-shot hole, so we'll just try to put a couple shots down in play and go from there.
That's perfect. If you're a right-handed golfer, hitting the ball right to left on this hole definitely helps you, right?
Definitely does.
All right. All right.
Very nice.
All
That'll
right.
cut it off a little bit for you,
That
too.
should be fine, right?
Yep, should be.
All right.
Well, Bobby, here we are, the second shot. You're a little bit left and a little closer to the hole. Down the middle here, all we're trying to do is lay it up. Hopefully have about 100 yards, 110 yards in. Take it right at the waterfall up there with the Eagle Landing sign there.
Hit a good one. That should be fine. Good shot. Well, Jim, I hit my ball a little too far to the left. Tough little angle here to get at the flagstick, but really, I'm 250. No shot of getting home in 2 for me. So I'm just going to take a 6-iron and try to knock it back in the fairway. And you were nice enough to let me know that there's water up on that right-hand side.
There
so
is. That should be a perfect shot for you, Bobby.
You got it.
Perfect.
It should be fine.
Well, Bobby, here we are, our second shot. Both of us are in good shape. You're perfect right down the middle. I caught the rough here a little bit, but again, a good angle into the green. A little bit elevated. Obviously, you can see a lot of trouble to the right with our bunkers and the water, so just try to hit it right at the hole and hopefully have a good putt for birdie.
Get it close. Just right of the flagstick. Be right. Good shot. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, Jim, we're playing this hole like we know what we're doing,
Yeah,
right?
so far so good.
All right, I got about, 95 yards to the flagstick. See if I can't get it close. You hit a great shot there.
Well, thank you. Knock it in there. Very nice. Just left of the hole. Very good, Bobby.
All right, we'll take it. Well, Jim, you hit a great shot in there.
Thanks, Bobby. You too.
All right, you can take it out for me.
Yes, sir.
And not a whole lot here. Might try to slide a little bit to the right.
Should move it a
uphill.
little left to right for you, Bob.
Never got it started online, Jim.
Good par, though.
All right.
Never anything wrong with a par.
Nope. Knock that in there. Oh, man. Stayed up on the high side.
It did. He
That's
didn't
good.
come down at all like yours.
Well, 2 pars. Not a bad way to start your round, but I tell you,
it never is.
4 would have been a lot better than 5.
It would have been.
We played that hole pretty good, and more importantly, what a gorgeous golf course. Eagle Landing Golf Course, right here outside of Jacksonville, Florida. Jim Hahn is the general manager, and I know it's a very active community here as well.
Yes, it is.
And when we come back, we're going to play a terrific par 3, number 16, so stay with us. Welcome back to Endless Golf and Eagle Landing Golf Course right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Staying with me is General Manager Jim Hahn, and Jim had the opportunity to play the terrific par 5, number 10, and what a great par 5 that was.
It was.
We had a chance to make birdie, but we just couldn't pull it off. But in just a moment, we're going to play the hole we're standing on, the par 3, number 16, and I tell you, we're at the back of the tee right here on 16, and this is like 240 yards. All of a golf hole that you want from here. But good news is we're not going to play from here.
we shouldn't play from here.
No.
We're definitely going to move up. But it is a great par 3. It's well bunkered, as you can see, from tee to green. When you put the pin in the back left side of this green, it's all you want. So you just want to try to play a nice shot, just a little right of the flag, and hopefully 2-putt and get out of there with a par.
All right, we'll get to this hole in just a moment. We'll start on the back 9 with a terrific par 4, number 11. Number 11, a little dog leg to the left.
It is a little dogleg left, one sole bunker that sits out there on the right-hand side, so you just avoid that. And it's a fair hole. The green isn't elevated, a couple green side bunkers, but other than that, a very playable hole.
Another playable hole has to be the par 4, number 12.
Yeah, 12. It's our shortest hole on the golf course, a par 4 on the golf course, only about 300 yards, but the distance really shouldn't fool you. I mean, the green complex is very challenging. Elevated green, probably drops down 10, 12, 15 feet all around the green, so it's just like a postage stamp out there. Very narrow green, long green left to right, but only about 10 to 15 paces from front to back, so you really have to hit a good shot. So playing your tee shot's important. You can usually hit a hybrid or 5-wood and keep it in play and have a full shot in, and then you should be able to hit the green.
Then moving to the par 3, number 13. 13, not a real long par 3, not nearly as long as 16,
no,
but it is a very picturesque golf hole.
It is. It's a great hole. Again, well bunkered, a very big complex on 13. Plays about 175 yards for the average guy, and a very flat green and not a lot of movement to it.
And then moving to 14. 14 are really a terrific golf hole, and there's water down the left-hand side on 14, so if you're going to miss that a little bit to the right off the tee.
You do want to miss it to the right for sure. There is one bunker over on the right-hand side on this hole, but play your shot down the right side. Again, a straightaway, fairly straightaway green complex, not a lot of elevation change, a couple bunkers to it, but a playable hole.
Just a fun par 4 to play for sure, as long as you keep it out of the water. And then moving to 15, just a great golf hole.
15 is our longest par 4 on the golf course. Plays about 460 yards, I think, from the back, but for most of us, about 400 to 410. And it's the hardest golf hole we have, and it's well bunkered to go along with that. We have bunkers down the left side of this fairway, bunkers on the right-hand side of the fairway, and a well bunkered complex. So a very challenging hole. Would be a great hole to get in and get a par and get out.
And Jim, moving to the par 5, number 17, dog leg to the right.
Yep.
And I tell you, what a beautiful bunker complex on the right-hand side.
It really is. This entire hole is bunkered well. We have bunkers that frame out the left side of the hole, and we have our church pew bunker on the right-hand side. So you really have to hit a good drive here to keep it out of the bunkers. If you hit it down on the right-hand side, the best place is to take an iron, get it out in play. What's challenging about the 17th hole is the second shot out of all the par 5s probably has the narrowest corridors for your layup shot for your second shot on 17. So the tee shot's very important, then a nice layup to a very narrow area, and then you should have a pitching wedge into the green.
And Jim, moving to 18, a terrific par 4. The key there, don't hit it left in the water off the tee, and you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you are. I mean, 18, just like number 9, great finishing holes for both the front and the back. 18, a dogleg left, water all along the left side of the fairway up through the green. Well bunker complex around the green, so your approach shot's very important. 18 is only about 370 yards for most players, but it requires 2 good shots.
Well, we talked about the hole we're going to play next, and that is the par 3, number 16. But we're not playing from this tee box. Let's go up about 100 yards.
That'd be
and
good.
Then let's play that tee box.
That'd be perfect.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, Bobby. We're on the appropriate set of tees here. We've moved up probably 75 yards from the back.
And Jim, I got to tell you, I really appreciate that. And we're still 170 yards to the
We
flag
are.
stick.
Still a great hole. It's a wonderful hole, well bunkered as you can see. And the key here is just try to play a little bit to the right of that flag and hopefully hit the green and make a couple putts and move on.
That's a good line right there. Turn a little bit more for him. All right, it's a safe shot.
Yes, it is.
Jim, I guess the miss is definitely where you are to the right.
That's a safe place to be, Bobby.
And not left and short in that bunker, that's for sure. Ah, hit thin.
Yeah, it's going to work for you.
Get away with it.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take it.
Very good.
I'll give you a line just off the green.
All right, very good.
Well, Jim, a couple grooves too low and a little to the right, but I got a chance to make par. Get up and down from
You
here, right?
do. Just good up and down.
All right.
A little up the hill.
A little 7-iron, just kind of run it up there.
Nice
Turn a little bit. Stay there.
Settle right there. Not bad, Bobby.
All right, got to putt at it. Well, Jim, when you got to the tee box, you told me this was your favorite place on the golf course, and I can see why. It really is beautiful back
Yeah,
here.
it's a beautiful setting. Great housing around it, but just the hole itself is just a beautiful setting here.
You want me to tend it or take it out?
You can take it out, Bobby.
Okay. That looks good. That looks good. Oh, good putt. Rest of that's good, bro.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, I left myself a little bit of work here. See if I can't sneak this in. Stay
Give
right
it to
there.
him.
Oh,
Right on the edge, Bobby.
oh, man. I tell you what, I thought I made it for a second. Just stay straight. All right. Well, you know what? From the tee box we played it from, that was challenging enough.
It was
We
very
definitely need
much
to
so.
play it from 230 or 240, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But, you know, what a great golf course. Eagle Landing Golf Course right here, just outside of Jacksonville, Florida. We come back, we'll have our tip of the week, so stay with us.
This golf tip brought to you by Nations Lending. Home loans made human.
Hi, welcome back to Eagle Landing Golf Club here in Orange Park, Florida. My name is Shane Altizer. I'm the assistant golf professional out here. Today we're going to teach you guys a simple tip around the green. This is going to be a low bump and run shot. We typically use this shot when we're just off on the fringe, got a little bit of green to work with. The main thing with this shot, we're taking all the variables out of play, not getting the ball up in the air, putting it nice and low on the green to give ourselves a controlled shot. We're going to first start by setting up with a nice narrow stance. The ball is going to be predominantly in the back of our stance. When we go, right before we actually make our stroke, I want you to make sure we take a slight lean towards our target. From there, we're going to feel a lot of our weight already through the ball. The next thing we want to make sure that we really focus on is we get our toe. The toe of the club really needs to make sure it's up in the air so that we can make a nice simple putting stroke at it, giving us the controlled shot we want. I hope this tip helps you out. Come down and see us, myself, Josh, or your local PGA professional for some more golf tips.
Take a journey to where golf is first. Florida's first coast of golf in Northeast Florida. Stretching from Amelia Island, Jacksonville and the beaches, historic St. Augustine and Ponte Vedra Beach, through the natural beauty of Clay County and south to the Atlantic shores, Flagler Beach, and Palm Coast. You'll find 53 publicly accessible golf courses with ocean holes, woodland vistas, and the game's most notorious Island Green at TPC Sawgrass. Nowhere else can you conquer golf's greatest stadium in Ponte Vedra Beach, where the PGA Tour's best come to play each May, and also pay homage to the legends of the game at the World Golf Hall of Fame in St. Augustine. After play, enjoy the downtown vibe of Jacksonville and the beaches. Choose the southern hospitality of Amelia Island and Palm Coast Seaside Resorts, golf-rich Clay County, and our nation's most historic city, St. Augustine. Our golf-rich region of Florida is celebrating 100 years of hosting professional tournaments dating back to 1918, with 25 World Golf Hall of Famers being crowned champion in the Jacksonville area since the 2020 Players Championship that moves its dates back to March in 2019. Will mark the 100th professional tournament in our area. Many of our courses have made investments over the past 18 months, from teaching academies at Golf Club at Southampton and Plantation Bay, bunker renovations at Slammer and Squire and King and Bear, to complete course renovations to the Nicholas Design Ocean Course at the Hammock Beach Resort and Jacksonville Beach Golf Club. From 5-star dining and seafood favorites to our craft beer scene and top-tier golf academies, get ready for a golf vacation like no other. Now's the time to begin your golf vacation to Florida's First Coast. Our region is easily accessible with multiple flights daily into Jacksonville. Access our many options online or with your mobile device at florida-golf.org, the most trusted source for your golf travel planning.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of Endless Golf. From Eagle Landing Golf Course right here in Jacksonville, Florida, a special thank you goes out to General Manager Jim Hahn and his entire staff for their wonderful hospitality. Until next time, I'm your host, Bobby Vermillion. Hit 'em straight. So long, everybody.
Thanks for watching Endless Golf with Bobby Vermillion. Endless Golf is brought to you by Ocean City Golf Getaway. Book your Ocean City golf trip at oceancitygolf.com. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. With over 40 locations. Meet you at the Turtle. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Good stuff cheap. And by Nations Lending. Home loans made human.